What does it take to build a successful business? There are several team building strategies that have been proven to help build a successful business. Efficient hiring process, caring for your employees, it brings a sense of personal touch, delegating to empower your employees, leading by exampleship, and training, training, training. You can never get enough of training. When it comes to the hiring process, there's certain things that you want to look for. One of the things you want to make sure that the employee wants to work for your company, that the employee wants to work there. And you want to make sure that they have motivation. A lot of times when they have motivation, they'll come to work because first of all, they want to work there and they're motivated. So they're going to come to work with that motivation, that excitement, and that willingness to want to be there. And then that in return, it builds morale within the employees. It builds morale within the company. It builds morale within your customers because their morale and their excitement and motivation, it reflects off onto the customers. Another thing you want to look for is employees that have a vision, that they have their own personal vision, their own personal goals, and that also they'll have a vision for your company. They'll set goals to work for within your company. Another thing you want to look for is employees that are committed, that they make that commitment and have good communication skills, that they can communicate, when you interview them, that they're able to communicate with you through the interview. Another team building strategy is, John Maxwell says, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. It just brings that personal touch to the customers and employees when you care about an employee, when you really, really, you thank them, you appreciate them, reward your employees for a job well done, or maybe they've gone far more above and beyond their duties. You want to reward them. You can also reward your customers for purchasing or using your business, rewarding your customers. You want to make sure that you plan family days, you plan events, maybe lunch and barbecue, employee appreciation day, thanking your employees. There's a lot of different things you can do. You can have an event where everybody invites their family and they go to, say, a Dodger game or to some kind of large event, the Pomona Fair, or where you invite their families and you get to know their families and you get to know their children, and you really take interest in your employees. Another team building strategy is delegating to empowering employees. When you delegate something like a task to an employee, it's showing that employee that you trust them. You're showing them that you're empowering them. They're gonna not only they take the task, but they begin to say, like, she not only entrusts me, but this is mine. I take ownership. They're going to take more pride, and they're going to do it to the fullest. They're going to say it's going to build their experience. It's going to build their self-confidence. Like, wow, they actually gave me this task because they trust me. She's building me. You're building character. You're building experience. You're building their self-confidence. Delegating, it also shows that you're trusting them to do their job. You have to trust them to do their job. Your staff is always watching you, on and off duty. A lot of times you run into, say, your boss or your manager, or out at the mall or a restaurant. Do you say hi? Do you ignore them? They're watching you. You say you run into them at a club, they're going to be watching you. They're going to be looking at you, your every move. They want to know, is this the same person I work for? Do they act the same way at work as they act outside work? They're watching you on and off duty. You have to lead by exampleship. You need to know that you're being watched 24/7. Encourage and appreciate your staff. It helps make happy employees. Have a mission, target, and goals. I talked about that earlier. Always making sure that you're always setting the mission. You're giving your higher staff, the mission, the goals, the target. But not only to the managers, the highest level. You want to go all the way down to the lowest level. Every employee from the top of the chain to the bottom of the chain should know your mission, your goals, your targets. I should all know the mission statement. And training, we talked about. You want to always continue training. You don't just hire someone and say, okay, well, I trained you, you got trained when you got hired. No, you want to continue the training throughout their career working for you. Develop a training program. Every 6 weeks we go into customer service training, communication skills training, employee relationships, customer relationships. There's a lot of training that you can do out there you can implement. And there's so much training that it doesn't have to just be PowerPoint or classroom settings. It could be interaction, it could be fun training, but always continue to have training throughout your business. In conclusion, to conclude team building strategies, these have been proven to help build your business, and it's been successful. They've worked for successful companies. They continue. They're basic, they're simple, it's just things that you just continue to do. Not only does it help build your team building strategies, it builds your business, but it can also help grow your business. The saying goes, happy employees make happy customers. Happy employees make happy customers.